This love is so real.
Uh-oh, got it to work. So y'all, okay,
y'all?
if you are a real chime, then you know what just happened
Exactly.
just now. You know what I'm saying?
You know what just happened.
April has been wanting that music to continue since we began the show. And we finally got it to work.
Our boy Sheldon got it working.
Sheldon helped, but it's largely because of my button pressing that we're able to get it where we wanted
You
to be.
did great with the button pressing.
I did. I pressed the
Okay.
button exactly at the right
did.
time. You know what I'm saying?
You did
exactly
marvelous.
when we needed it.
You did marvelous.
So Primo noticed it. You know what I'm saying? He knows.
Madeline said she
You know what I'm
liked
saying?
that move.
Yeah. That's a good move. What's up, y'all?
So, hey guys.
Good to see y'all tonight.
And yes, Primo, I am wearing this champion shirt for a reason.
So let's stop and just
I don't have any
pay
Braves
homage.
merch.
You don't have any Braves merch.
I don't have Braves merch,
That
but
is
I
true.
should.
You have Hawks
I
merch,
should
but not
have some
Braves.
Braves merch.
Let's just make it clear. Let's make the record straight.
Make it straight.
First
Make
of
it
all,
straight.
first of all, my
What up,
Yankees.
Kim?
My Yankees lost in the qualifying round of the playoffs.
They did.
And April's Braves won the entire
The
thing.
entire thing.
So I must say, on live television right now, congratulations, baby. I am very proud of you and your city for doing something. That's
you
good.
so
You guys won in
much.
95, and
Yes,
it's been
we
like
did.
20,
I was there.
30 years.
I remember
and now,
that,
you know
and
what
I'm like, to have it happen again in my lifetime is a wonderful
It's a
thing.
big deal.
It's a
You know
big
what I'm saying?
deal.
I'm really happy for you.
Hey, Cynthia.
What's up, Kim?
What up,
Cynthia?
Michael?
And Michael is saying that intro was hot. Well, thank you,
you.
sir. Very much.
Thank
That's,
you. Thank you to Sheldon
We like that.
Kennedy.
Sheldon Kennedy made that
Yes.
for us. He's our boy who does a bunch of video junk for us.
Yes.
He's pretty dope. If you want him, we can give you his information.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Sheldon's a beast and does his thing. So, again, I'm excited for you. I'm happy that you finally won. I do want to say a short word, though, about my sister-in-law. This is another Georgia Peach. So my brother and I have something in common. We're both from New York, and we both married Georgia Peaches. And Taina is different from April in this one way. She refused to watch any of the games.
What?
Because she was scared that they were going to lose. She
I
was
know how
scared.
she feels,
She was scared to get her hopes
I
up.
know. Oh, but you know what? Seriously, I do understand that because I was, the last game before the final one.
The
I
game
wanted
where
them
we
to
started-
win last time. I wanted them to win last week or
Yeah.
yesterday, whatever the date was.
The-
I wanted them to win in Atlanta when they lost.
That was game 5.
That was game 5.
And they started the first inning with a grand slam.
Exactly.
And so we were all hopeful.
I was all excited.
Yes.
And that
you
just
ended up
makes my
losing.
stomach turn.
Right.
You know?
So
I
she
get
says she
it.
doesn't
I
want to get her
it.
hopes up that, Atlanta teams basically do the same thing every time. They make you think they're going to win, and then they end up losing. So she was just like, hey, Paul, tell me if it's a blowout. That's it. I don't want to know otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I get it. I get
So,
it. I'm not even mad at her for that.
I think that's funny. But anyway.
We're going to hook you up. We're going to hook you up, Michael.
So,
Yeah, we'll hook you up.
Primo, the earpieces are new but not new. So we've had these. We actually use these all the time when we do our podcast, but we almost never use them for the show.
But we have used them.
I don't think we've used them for the live before. The reason we have them on now is because whenever I play music or something like this.
Live from Washington, D.C., you are listening to Just John and April on the Lance J Radio Network.
And then, you know what I'm saying? I can play anything I want.
And we can actually hear it
Right.
in our headphones. They don't know
So
that.
I'm messing with the board. So I actually can change the angle so you can see what the board looks like. Maybe you can't see it from there. This is all the stuff that people really care about on the
Do
show.
they?
See, this is the board right here. So if I
Primo,
press this
look
button,
what you got. Look what you started, Primo. Don't ask any questions about the technology.
or if
okay?
I press this button, yeah.
Hey.
Anyway, so that's basically what's going on. So in order for us to hear any of this stuff, we have to have these headphones on. So.
Yeah.
What are we
Don't get 'em started,
what are we
Primo.
promising, Michael? You can go ahead and slide that contact into my DM. Oh
yeah.
yeah, I'll slide it in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
hook you up, man. Anyway, all right. So tonight, guys, we are going to be talking about open marriages.
Very controversial.
It's a controversial
I
topic.
can never say that word. Controversial. Is that it?
That's good enough.
Say it.
I say controversial. So I put
Controversial. What?
I put an extra little
You
syllable
do
in
not
there.
say controversial. I've never.
I do.
Matter,
That's what I said.
you didn't say it just now.
Just now I said
No,
controversial.
you didn't. You said controversial.
Really?
Or and then you said controversial.
Whatever the case is.
John, you can't not say controversial. Come on.
Okay, so this is a controversial or controversial.
So you
Subject.
can't say it either.
Oh
Oh
man.
my goodness. Yes.
Yeah, open marriages. So April and I were reading something the other day that kind of piqued our attention, piqued our interest. It got our attention, I should say. It was a list of like 10 celebrities who are in open marriages. And a couple of the celebrity marriages we knew already. And then there were a few that we were surprised at. And a couple of things about that were surprising. And we just started kind of talking about what is the thing about open marriages? Why would somebody want that?
Before we get into it, though, we want you guys to go ahead and share.
Feel free
Go
to
ahead
share
and
this with somebody,
so that other
yes.
people can come in on this conversation.
Yes.
But I was going to say this actually started before we read this article or before we saw this information about celebrities, because we have been talking often about look, 5 syllables,
CO.
controversial.
Yeah,
Okay, I guess
which is what I
controversial.
said,
I know,
right?
but you didn't say that at first.
I did.
You didn't. We're gonna go back and watch.
Thank
This
you,
is
Primo.
recorded.
Thank you, Primo.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Is this recorded?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but
This started when?
when we've been talking about Jada and Will.
You're right. Now,
started
let's
then.
pause for a second.
Okay.
Let's pause and say that I've been noticing a lot of people lately who have been saying on social media they're really starting to get sick and tired of Will and Jada.
I know.
Have you
Yes.
noticed that?
I have.
There's been
They
a
don't
lot
wanna
of
hear
that
it.
lately.
Oh man, somebody in my DM just went in and was like, "I'm so tired of them. What do y'all think about this?"
Right.
Da, 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 and I went back and forth with them.
So
but
you're right. That
I
did
get
kind
it.
of start it because
That's
because
what started
Will
the conversation.
recently had, I think, a
GQ
GQ article or
thing,
whatever
yeah.
where he was interviewed and talked
yeah.
about it.
Right.
Yes. And we talked about it here before.
So we did.
Yeah.
So we looked. Anyway, we saw this, and there were some celebrities that I didn't realize, babe.
Right. Me too.
So here we go.
Well, first of all,
Say, nah,
yeah.
sick of
Chris
Jada.
say sick of Jada.
Yeah, everybody is. Everybody really is. It's just too much.
Oh, that's not supposed to be on the actual regular page too. Let me fix that. So this is the thing,
Yeah.
babe. We need to tell people what an open relationship even is.
Okay, so before I get to my list.
Yeah, show us the
want me
list
to
in a
say-
second.
Okay, so open relationship. So the term open, I'm gonna say open marriage is what it was. It was coined by the late George and Nina or Nana. I don't know how she pronounced O'Neill. Okay.
Okay.
They wrote a book in 1972.
Okay.
Now the 70s would be a time when something like open marriage would start.
I believe so.
You know what I mean?
Yes, with all the hippies. and,
Exactly.
you know,
Anyway.
probably the late 60s, to be honest with you. It probably bled into that because that's when all the hippie stuff was going
That's
on.
true. But 1972, open marriage, and it's called, the hip word is poly, but it is
Polyamory?
Yeah, polyamory.
Yes.
But the hip word is poly, right?
Yes.
And it literally means multiple loves.
Oh. So amory sounds like amore, like in Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Polyamore, basically, is what you're saying, polyamory.
Right.
Wow, I get it now.
So it
Dang.
is said that 4 to 9% of U.S. adults are in open relationships.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I was like, wow, okay, that's a little bit more than I thought.
Right.
And many of them say they like the fact that they have freedom of choice.
Okay.
Okay, these are the reasons why
Yeah.
these people are saying they like to be in
An open relationship.
relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. They say that we were born to love multiple people.
Okay.
So they should not be
Like limited. or something
limited.
like
That's
that?
what I'm going to say. They
Okay.
should not be limited to one love.
Okay.
Okay. But I
Alright.
mean, like, you can love everybody.
Right.
Like,
Doesn't have to be a romantic love.
right. But,
Cynthia, it is Latin. Thank you.
yes.
Yes, that makes sense.
So,
And Latin and Spanish are closely related, but I knew the Spanish word.
they believe that they were born to love. These
Mm-hmm.
people, particular people, were born to love multiple people, but they do not consider themselves swingers. So do not put them in that same category because they do not feel that they are swingers.
I think a swinger would be slightly different anyway. Well, I'm not
because
positive.
it's just sexual.
I think that's part
That's
of it.
what they say.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they're
So
not-
they're
they're-
saying swinging is just about the physical aspects of sex, whereas poly is about having legitimate loves
Exactly.
multiple of them.
Exactly. So, Brian, sorry, I said 4 to 9%, not
Yeah,
49.
not 49%.
4 to
9%.
Definitely not 49.
He said,
If it
either
was
way,
49
the Goodine family can't enter into open relationships unless we want closed caskets. That's a good,
Exactly.
that's a good point.
I like
there,
that.
buddy.
No, but seriously. So let me tell you the reason why they do not consider themselves swingers, because it's not just sexual. They feel that this is a way they can fulfill themselves sexually, emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, because they feel like they cannot get all of those things from one person. Even though I feel like I can get all those things from you.
Well, first of all, we don't agree with this, so we definitely
I know. I'm just saying.
I definitely
like,
get all of I need from you.
But I'm just telling you that this is what they feel like.
Yes.
You know, that they
That's where the
need to be
philosophy
able
comes
to,
from.
their philosophy is they feel like they need to be able to get the spiritual, the emotional, the intellectual, and they cannot
one person can't
they
give
want
that
to be
to
able to go and get it from different places,
Okay.
right? Usually polys are open about this with people in general. Like they are not afraid to say, I am a poly. I don't know if that's what you say. But okay, so those are my notes.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna talk about
Good
the
note taking.
drawbacks later that they have.
We
they
will
have
talk about that.
actually, this is from them. The
Oh,
drawbacks.
from the actual people who are involved in poly.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Because I can think of some drawbacks already, but I'm not in a poly
Listen,
relationship, so
I can
you know.
think of a bunch of drawbacks.
Let me take Primo's
So-
comment. Let me start by saying I would not recommend open relationships / marriages. However, people are looking for fun, freedom, excitement in their relationship, and unfortunately, they are not finding that in monogamy.
And that's
that may
funny
be
that you
true.
say that, because that was a part of my studies that they were saying they want to be free. Hey, Jeremiah.
What's up, Jeremiah?
Yeah,
to see
Jeremiah,
you, man.
if you came on late, you missed. We were able to do something
Yeah.
that we've been trying to do all this time.
Yeah, man, and I know you would notice it.
Yes,
as
he
a
would
real
notice
time,
it. So you
but-
can't tell him. He's got to just come back next time on time.
Or he has to just rewind and watch the beginning of it.
Right. So anyway, what was I saying?
You were saying something about drawbacks, and that you would
Yeah.
talk about that later.
I'll talk about that later. That's not what I was saying. But anyway, so let me name the people, some of the celebrities, okay, that are in open marriages. They were actually in open marriages.
Right.
Okay. So we know Will and Jada.
We know that.
We know that.
Yes.
They've been talking about it for a while.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know Monique and Sydney.
Right, I didn't know that either.
But I'm going to tell you what she said.
Yeah.
She said, we are in an open relationship, and she explained it like this. We are openly honest with each other. That's what she said.
So I don't know. Okay, so first of all,
I don't know if she was trying to kind of act like and then she was like,
she was clearly asked the
Open.
question about whether or not she's in an open relationship with her husband.
Right.
And that was her response. And I wonder, was that spin?
that's what I'm saying.
Are they really in a regular open relationship, but she doesn't want anybody to know for real, and she didn't want to sound like she was lying. So at the time, she just said, yes, we're in an open relationship, but we're openly honest with each other. Now, what you took that as was that they do cheat, but that they are open with each other about them cheating.
No, I didn't say that. I said if they cheat.
They're just open
Not
about
that they are choosing, like, I mean, you do choose to cheat, but you know what I'm saying? Like, not that they're out looking. You know what I'm saying?
Egu said Malik. Who did you say? We said Monique,
Is something wrong with
and Sydney.
You know, I don't think I can hear with these things in my ear.
You can
Because
never hear.
I usually hear because I'm talking through. I can't really hear in that microphone.
You can't hear in this microphone.
Monique.
Yeah, so Monique,
the comedian.
the comedian.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sydney. I'm gonna be more
So they're supposedly in an open relationship, but she's defining open as
Open and honest.
with each other kind of thing. So
okay.
anyway.
Then Ethan Hawke and Ryan, Dolly Parton and Carl Dean.
Okay, so this is one.
Ryan Austin Green and Megan Fox, Ashton Kutcher and Demi when they were together.
They're
I think some of
divorced,
these people
obviously.
aren't together.
Megan
anymore.
Fox and Brian Austin Green are divorced as well.
Yes. Isn't Brad and Angelina, they're divorced, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they
they've
were,
been-
but they
they've-
were.
yes, but they were in an open
Gwyneth
relationship.
Paltrow and Chris, I don't know if they're still together.
So Gwyneth Paltrow's situation was a little bit different. I remember reading about it a while ago. It was a different kind of open relationship that I'd never heard of before, and I can't remember the details right now. But we'll have to look into that
Okay,
later.
so I'll talk about all the different types of open
'Cause
relationships
each one had a
based
different
on
type.
Y'all,
Yeah.
I've never heard this before. Okay, so there's one open relationship where you can do whatever you want.
Right.
You're free to do whatever, with whoever, whatever, right?
That's how they defined their open relationship.
Right.
First of all, each couple basically just defined with each other what open relationship meant to them. And they agreed, and that was it.
So Monique says, not Malik, Monique. She was saying they're openly honest.
Right.
Right? Then you have others, somebody else said, only one was able to go outside, and it was the female.
Right. That was actually Brian Austin Green and
I don't
Megan
think
Fox.
so. I don't think
it
you're
was.
right about
I'm
that.
almost positive.
No, it was not. It was Ethan Hawke, wasn't it?
No. It was Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox. I remember
Okay.
reading
Anyway.
that. And they're not together anymore.
She can go, but he couldn't.
Right.
I'm
I'm trying to think of how that was even
Maybe it was
discovered
that
or
she
discussed.
she felt like she was, I don't know if you say a poly.
Right.
If she was poly and he was not.
Maybe
You know what I'm saying?
when he was pursuing her, she said, "Listen, I need you to know this is what I'm into. If we're going to get married, I need you to know right now it's not going to be exclusive, and I will be stepping out." And maybe he said, "You know what? I won't be." Maybe that was it. And he was like, "Fine, I'll take you anywhere I can get you."
Anyway, that was weird.
Right.
And then another one is I'm gonna cheat. So we have to be open if this is gonna work, because I'm gonna cheat anyway.
Right.
Like I'm gonna cheat. So, and I forgot which celebrity it was, but he was cheating with the maid.
He cheated with his nanny,
With the
and
nanny.
then left his wife for the nanny.
for the nanny. They got married.
And when he and the nanny got married, he said, basically, you know how this started with me and you. I'm gonna cheat.
I just
so I
need
need
to
you
be
to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I just say here? Some keep, don't admit it. What's that?
Some keep, don't admit it. I don't know
I
what
don't
you
know
meant
what
there. That's
that
your
was.
notes, girl. I have no clue.
And then open to any sexual relations.
No.
So they're open to any kind of sexual relationship.
Meaning it could be
Oh wow.
male or female or whatever. Now, what was, I don't know what you're talking about, Egu. He got her at 19. Who are
He's
you
talking
talking about? Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore,
Yes.
maybe? Yeah. He was 15 years older than her. He's not talking about her. He must be talking about Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox.
Well, anyway,
Maybe
the
that's
whole
why.
point is this is a lot of, I think it's too much. I think it's just too much because, well, we'll talk about that when I talk about the drawbacks. But go ahead. What were you
Okay,
gonna say?
so Primo says the biggest reason he could not be polyamorous is because marriage with one person is hard enough, and two women, they would kill me.
Hey, Brittany.
I think that's probably true. What's up, Britt? Good to see you.
Yeah, I just feel like something like I don't see this working.
Neither do I, for a number of reasons.
I don't see it working.
So before you
So-
get to any of the
okay.
drawbacks, I want to say that my main thing that I would have assumed, which I was surprised when I didn't see this, I would have assumed that everyone in our list of people in an open relationship would not be married anymore. And most of them are not married anymore. But I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe Dolly Parton and her husband are still married and are still in an open relationship right now.
I think so.
I don't know how long they've been married. I'm not sure how long it's been lasting. I have no clue.
Yeah.
But my main thing is I think that every human being longs to have someone who is faithful to them. I think faithfulness is a big part of something that we want as human beings. And if someone that we are with, we can't trust to be faithful with us, in my opinion, that's like the cornerstone of marriage. I'm not sure how we can have a relationship that actually works if we can't trust each other. And how do I know? Like, I need to be your number one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're with somebody else and you're loving multiple people, and I love John and Julia and you all at the same time. So I love multiple people too.
Yeah, but I think
I
they
don't
mean
love
like
them
a
the same way.
romantic love.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't romantically love them as
Right.
well as you.
So it says here, Dolly and Dolly Parton and Carl Dean been together for 55
years.
Ooh.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what got me.
55
This is what I'm
years.
saying. That was the one thing in the list that surprised me. Everybody else in the list, besides Jada and Will, they're still married.
Yeah.
But we know that they have their stuff because it's very public. And so that sometimes you're like, oh, that makes sense. Because they're in an open relationship, you're expecting for them to have little things
drama.
like, the drama. You expect the
Yeah.
drama to come
Right,
along with
right,
that
right.
because you think that's what's going to happen when you add another person to the relationship. That's what's going to happen. But Dolly Parton and her husband, what's his name? Carl? What?
Yeah.
55 years and they're in an open relationship? Yo, that surprised me. I was very surprised when I saw that. Oh, I meant to go back to Primo's earlier comment. Let me see. No, that was the one. We read that one already. Okay, this is the one. It was Bryant. Bryant said, how can a woman accept a man telling her that she isn't enough and needs to bring in someone else to fill in the gaps? Also,
Right.
why aren't there more poly where there is multiple men with one woman? You know, why? Because homie don't play that. Exactly, that is why.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, anyway, go ahead.
So I'm just going to
There was another one I wanted to read too, babe. I'm sorry. This is Primo again. Polyamorous folks always say it's not about the sex. But
They
every
do.
interview
They
or
do.
documentary I see, it looks like it's all about the extra exciting sex. It's what it seems like to me, too.
Exactly. I feel like that has to play a large part. I mean,
That's
really.
what I'm saying.
I mean, that's how you get into an entanglement.
Right. That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
you bring that in, and then that causes the emotional to really get
Right,
higher.
right.
So it's like, I just feel like if you want to go around and bun whoever you want and be in, have all these, relationships, why do you have to get married?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Why do you have to get married? But I think, and I said this before with Will and Jada, they want to have that one person that they can depend on, like no matter what.
Right.
Like that's their main person
Right.
that they can depend on. They have the kids with. They know that no matter what, I can trust that you're going to be there for me.
Right.
Maybe that's what it is.
Cynthia asked, so how often do they get tested for STDs?
That's
a
what I
very
want to
good
know.
question.
And I said that about that. Like, how do you go and do what you do, and then you come back home and do what you do? Like, that's just
Right.
It's actually kind of gross.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you think about it. But I'm gonna tell you what the drawbacks are.
Okay.
Because to me, there are a lot of drawbacks.
Now, these are the drawbacks that were reported by people in open relationships.
Some of them. Well,
Okay.
I think some of them they agreed that these things. Yes, I did read that here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Read them. Let's hear them.
Okay. So
We know some of the drawbacks already. Can I just give a Bible character where, seriously, like this shows up in Scripture so early with Abraham and Sarah.
I know.
Sarah comes to her husband and says, look, we need to be in an open relationship because God promised us another kid and I can't give you any. So here's my handmaiden. Go ahead and do your
And what
thing.
happened with that?
Yo, it was a nightmare from the beginning. The Bible, when you read it, there are indications that Sarah really struggled feeling like she was secure the rest of that time. And same thing happened to Hagar.
Yeah.
Hagar ended up writing this whole prayer to God, basically saying, curse me and die kind of thing.
Wow.
Let me go off to the throw me out there and just lead me to the wolves. Because the whole time, I think there's something that happens when we join with somebody else. We catch feelings.
That's
and I'm
true.
saying, Sarah
Yes.
didn't mean for it to be an open relationship like that, but it ended up being an entanglement further than what they wanted it to be, because I don't think we understand what human nature does. You can't just play around with something like this and expect that you're not going to catch feelings. And when you do catch
Exactly.
feelings, you want that person to yourself. That's just how it is.
Exactly.
We are longing for somebody to be loyal to us, for us to be number one to somebody else. And when I'm sharing you with somebody, man, bro, I can't do that.
You are so right. And I think that's what happens with some people where they're doing whatever and it's okay because, well, it's not okay, but I'm saying for them, it's like, it's okay.
Right.
You just going out with this person, you doing your thing with
Yeah,
that one,
yeah.
but then you get caught with one.
Yes.
You got that one.
Yes.
Who then gets attached.
Yes.
And then you become emotionally attached.
Primo said, leave Jada alone, man. Leave Jada alone.
I'm just saying, seriously, you get that, and then you're like, oh, shoot, I didn't think this was going to happen.
Right. No one thinks that.
And that's it.
By the way, Ego says it ruined a civilization. You're right. That's
it
exactly
did.
what happened.
It's exactly
An
what
entire
happened.
civilization of people got
Entire-
ruined because of that decision right there.
Exactly.
Trying to make an open relationship work. So,
Okay. So here are some
Okay,
drawbacks.
let's
To
get the
me,
drawbacks.
these drawbacks are so big to me
right.
that I don't even know why anyone would want to be in this
Right.
because of the drawbacks.
Right.
Okay. These are people who have been in these relationships. Say these
So
things, okay?
this is their report after they tried it out and it didn't work out. Man, you yawning a lot, girl.
And I usually think about trees and
Let's
I don't
pause for a
yawn
second.
because I'm thinking about trees.
Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember April tells me all the time to think about trees and I won't yawn? What's happening?
Okay, I'm about to think about trees. I wasn't thinking about trees.
So first of all, I need you to know
need to
that,
do that.
y'all, we are in like full blown like there's no such thing as COVID. We're out there doing work like we used to do, where literally every moment of the day we're either at the office or chauffeuring somebody to a practice. And today,
My
April
child
came.
is still at practice right now.
John's still at practice right now.
Yes.
What time is it? Yeah,
Nine?
he's on the
Yeah.
way back from practice right now.
Oh, I ain't got no food for him either.
Yeah, you don't, but he'll be all right. Today, April came home early because they had parent-teacher conferences. Or she was on from like 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. doing parent-teacher conferences. So she's dog tired. So anyway,
that's why
forgive her
I'm
for all the
thinking about
yawning.
trees.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
While
with
you're
the
reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just
Okay,
just
so here
yawn,
are the
girl. Who
drawbacks.
cares? This is your show.
It's draining because you have to deal with multiple partner issues. Okay,
This is what Primo.
Yes, I'm gonna just stop right there. To me, that's enough.
It's enough.
That right there is
Multiple
enough.
partner issues. So
Okay.
so let's think about this for a second. You and I argue with each other. We're in a very monogamous relationship. We argue with each other when we're tired.
just because we're tired.
You just throw in one extra variable, and that throws everything off. I can't imagine having another woman to have to worry about balancing with you. I'm just saying.
Y'all hear that?
And then if you mad at me, I'm like, I'm gonna just go over there. And now you're madder at me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like, you know, if I'm with another guy and I tell him, oh, you know, sorry, we can't go out and do what we said we're gonna do because I gotta date with
John tonight.
No, I have to go back because he's sick or
Oh, you gotta take
because
care of me,
I gotta
yeah.
go da da da. I mean, that can cause some issues.
Right.
I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. I mean, that alone, I can end it right there.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, Michael says on his way back by himself. Watch out, world. Not quite.
Now,
Not quite.
almost, though.
We
Almost.
have a little carpool situation where I pick up the boys, my son and one of our friend's sons, or he picks up the boys, and tonight's his turn to pick
Right.
them up. So John is driving, but with one of us in the front seat.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Wanda. What up, Sean?
What up, Wanda? Sean.
Okay.
If you need two, you ain't really doing or pleasing one. That's true.
You know, that's a good point.
It's hard enough to please one.
That is a good point.
Cynthia said you got her yawning, by the way.
I know. And I'm over here, eyes watering. Okay.
So that's a good drawback. What's another one?
It is. So.
Let me put this up so that you guys know what the conversation is
Okay.
even about right now.
And go ahead and share.
Make
so
sure
we
you
can
share
bring
this. Yes.
Other people in this conversation.
Yes.
But takes a lot of time and energy. They
Yeah.
said these are couples that have been in this type
Yeah.
of relationship
Yeah.
that it's hard to balance.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Well, it's already hard enough
It's
to
hard to
balance
balance one.
our relationship with a bunch of other stuff that we have to do. We got our kids that we're worrying about. We have, homework. We have practice. We have jobs.
Take
whatever.
out your beliefs.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Like take out your beliefs
Yes.
and just look at this.
All right. Just by itself.
Just by itself.
It doesn't pay off from the perspective of
I think
too
it
hard to
causes
juggle.
way too much stress.
Right.
Okay. All right, here we go. Then here we go. Envy and jealousy.
Yep.
There's a lot of envy.
I don't know why you didn't start with that. To me, that's the first one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, first of all, I don't consider myself a jealous person. Do you consider yourself a jealous person? I really
Nodding
don't.
Again.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not jealous like that. But also, I haven't really been tested because you don't really flirt with guys.
Right.
You don't really be,
So you never know.
I'm just saying, maybe I am a jealous person. And
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
listen, it doesn't matter.
If you
No,
wasn't being
John,
faithful.
John, if you all up in somebody's face doing
Right.
something you ain't supposed to, you're gonna be
Right.
it's a good jealous. Like you
Right.
should be jealous.
Right.
You're supposed to be jealous if I'm
Right.
supposed to be with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're some crazy person who's
Right.
jealous about just me talking to somebody.
Right.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So it
Right.
makes sense if you going out with somebody else and you're supposed to be with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay. Feeling threatened.
Oh, so like threatened by the other person.
Right, like you're gonna take this person from me.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave and go with you. Think about that.
I can't. The amount of insecurity
okay,
that has to be there
what?
over a relationship.
The
It's
amount
got to
of
be
insecurity,
ginormous.
okay.
And then what if it's obvious that the person that your husband is dating is prettier than you, or
I was
younger
just
than
about
you?
to say that. I don't think I've ever yawned this much in my life. I don't understand what's
Or
happening.
what if they have more money than you? Or whatever.
Listen,
you know what I'm
there's
saying?
so much.
That would cause a tremendous amount. You know what? I just realized.
What?
Did Julia open the door for John?
I don't know. Let's see.
He wants the door unlocked when he gets home. But is it unlocked now?
I'm seeing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't leave the room to unlock the door to let John in. So
Okay. So, all right. That's another feeling threatened. The
Yes.
insecurities that
Yes.
come. All right. You're considered secondary.
right. This is what I'm saying.
You're considered secondary.
Automatically, I'm gonna
Whichever
make
person it is.
Yes, I'm gonna make a decision right away, depending on who you're dating, based on certain things that I think are deficiencies that I might have. That if you're dating a guy who is taller, has a deeper voice,
Has more money,
smaller nose,
you know?
what I'm saying? I'm gonna be
Yes.
like, what in the world, man?
Yeah.
If you dated a guy with a smaller nose, that would bother me.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be like, oh man, dang.
Okay, and it is, and this is what they say. This was quoted by someone who's in an open relationship. It is impossible to set ground rules. That's what they said. Because think about it. If you are saying it's an open relationship, you are free to make your own choices.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole big thing. I'm
Right.
free to make my own choice.
Right.
I'm free to
Right.
do whatever I want to do.
Right.
That's one of the things. And you want to set some ground rules like,
how do you do that?
Know this.
Right.
Don't stay overnight.
Because we're
with
already
anybody.
agreeing to
Don't
the
stay
idea.
overnight with anybody.
Right.
Think about it. Think about if that
We're
was a
already
ground.
agreeing to the idea of opening up a certain aspect of the sacredness of our marriage, which
Right.
is we're allowing other people to be able to get in. Right?
Right.
How do we agree? How do I get you to agree with me to say, no sleeping over? Or,
Right, no sleeping over.
Or I'm okay with...
No going on vacation with the person.
Right. How do you do that?
How do you do that?
I don't know.
And then you get caught up.
Right.
They want you to stay over. You've been out late.
Right.
So the person would say it's impossible to do that because they're not going to, usually, they don't actually follow those rules. Okay? And then, which Cynthia said earlier, sexually transmitted diseases.
Sexually transmitted disease. This is another one of the long lists of issues that you would have. I agree with that, man. So Aaron Brooks says way too much. And I agree, Aaron.
It is. It's way too much. That's why I'm actually surprised, though, that you have this many couples. And they're more than this.
Right.
They're more than this.
Wanda says it's hard enough to be married to one person. Exactly. And then Michael says relationships take mad energy, consistent energy. That's true.
Yes.
Brian says back then they engaged on poly relationships to enlarge territory and political/war alliances. He's talking about Bible times now.
Right.
Yeah. You're going to be dumb tired trying to please multiple people. That's true. Wanda says, I feel some type of way. So she's already getting mad right now.
Right.
Sean says dumb tired is laughing at Mike. And then she says, or better in bed.
True.
Right, that's another one. What if you found another person better in bed?
We can add that to the list.
Yes.
That is so true.
Oh, yeah, one is going to be the main bae, the other will
exactly.
automatically be the side bae.
Yeah.
And listen, you could be the side bae even if you're the one who's married.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you could feel like
You
the
could
side
feel like the
bae.
side bae. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Which I think Will felt like the side bae. I have to bring them back up again. I'm sorry. Because they let their stuff out there. We were able to know what was going on. He was a side bae. Did you see how red his eyes were?
Yes.
That dude was crying.
Yes.
All night.
Sean says, do you ever have a chance to feel safe? Right. And that's what I'm wondering. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
Aida, what's up?
Hey.
Yes, we do think it's an interesting topic. And this is the thing. The reason why we're talking about this tonight, most people in our audience are part of, I would say, more
Faith-based.
traditional faith-based relationships where we wouldn't allow someone else in. But I do think that this is becoming more and more popular, and we can't act like this is something that...
It is because I think people who are looked up to and they have a platform where they can speak out about this stuff,
Right.
they're doing that.
They
and so
are.
it's like, oh, let me, and things that are trendy,
Yes.
when stuff starts trending, then people jump on the bandwagon. I mean, that's
Yes.
just what happens.
And we're hoping that tonight, if you're considering this, you'll stop it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sean says main bae equals Thanksgiving and Christmas. So yeah, you don't go on. Hey, Thomas is here. What's up, Tom?
Hey.
Yeah, you don't, who else you don't know who the other person is messing around with. Exactly.
And that's another thing.
You don't have a clue.
But see, that goes back to setting the ground rules. Because if the ground rules are, you have to tell me who you are with, what if I decide I'm not going to do that?
Right.
I'm going to hide this one because I know you're going to have a problem with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
Because, you guys were close
Right.
or, how does that work?
Right.
You can't date any of my friends.
Right.
Well, what if I said that I'm a multi-loving person? I have to have multi-loves.
And I'm just drawn to this person.
Right.
It's not really my fault.
Right.
You know
and
what I'm
this
saying?
is free
I
choice.
can't help it.
I go back to that setting the rules and how they will not be they will be broken.
Yes. So Danita says something that you were thinking before.
Okay.
Danita, what's up, Danita?
Hey, Danita.
She says, let's call it what it is. It's dating with tax benefits. That's all it is. And see, that's really the point. And
see,
you
that's what I
brought
said.
this up before.
I brought that up before.
You
I
said
did.
the only reason why a
telling
person,
you.
because you were like, okay, well, if I can sleep around, if I'm not married, then why would I ever get married?
Right.
Well, you get the tax benefit, you get the death benefit.
Yep, that's
Something
what I'm
happens
saying.
and you die, your possessions get to go to that
That's what
person
I'm
because you're
talking
married.
about.
So there are things that the law will allow for a married couple to have that regular people can't have. So what they
Exactly.
basically just say is, hey, let's just get married for this aspect, but honestly, I don't really want all that other monogamy type stuff because I'm not really into marriage anyway. I just
Right.
want all these other things that the law allows me to have because
do
we're
you think that
married.
these couples went in married saying, okay, we're going to go into marriage in an open relationship?
I wonder. I often wonder about that. I'm not sure. I'm going to say this. I think there are a lot of people who go into an open relationship thinking it's going to be cool and then realize, I hate this. That's what I think happens. Because I think it goes against the basic tenets of human nature.
That's true.
We want someone to be faithful to us.
Yeah.
We want somebody who's loyal. We want somebody who we can trust.
Yeah.
And we want that person to be the one we marry. And for most of us, especially in this Christian country, we see marriage as a sacred thing.
Yeah.
So the moment we open that up, man, we're offering ourselves to a whole bunch of stuff we don't even realize. And I think a lot of people end up later on being really sorry about that.
I agree. I think it causes a lot of conflict.
I think so too.
And initially, it might be fun. It might be like, oh yeah, we love this. But
Yeah,
after a while,
Abdel
I'm sorry.
says, then why be married? That's why I think the reason is
my
Abdel.
question every time.
I think that's why people are doing
But
that.
I agree. I think it has
Mark
to be
says,
the benefits,
Mark says
man.
marriage, peer pressure. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Cuzzo. So let's read what Doug has to say. It's because many of these couples are trying to have their cake and eat it too. I feel like if they didn't want to be with only one partner, then they shouldn't have gotten married. Right. That's what we're saying. But I think this is what the rationale is. I think there are things that marriage affords you when it comes to stuff like death benefit
like you
and
said.
taxes,
And
tax
having,
benefit,
having
all that kind of stuff.
kids that are connected to you too.
Correct.
That you
Correct. There's a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff that comes with that, but I do think it jacks you up. Andrew says, what about the introverts among us who don't want that many people in our personal space? That's a good point. Now you got to have three women? Man, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? No, most of our audience is married to women that will kill them. That is true, Bryant. You are right about that. And listen, Bryant, you are married to one of those women.
That's right. I
Danita
would
says
even
whole
say
fact. She agrees.
even bringing it up as an option.
Right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
Wanda says she thinks that being mentally sound is in jeopardy in this situation. She says, how are you mentally sound? Now, Wanda may be saying, how are you mentally sound to suggest it in the first place. I don't know if that's what she's saying. She could also be saying that people that go into this end up having all kinds of mind tricks happening to them because they're in an open relationship.
I think there could be some confusion that will come in.
Right.
You begin to be confused.
Right.
About your feelings and what's going on. But I agree with you, babe, that I think naturally in us, we want to be able to say, hey, I know that this is my person and I can trust them.
Yes.
Because
I think that's one of the things we like about marriage.
Really, it doesn't matter if we are in an open relationship and we are both agreeing to this.
Yes.
When you go out, I'm always going to doubt that you're not doing what we have set.
Whatever the rules
are.
Is he keeping those rules?
I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm not sure
I'm
how
telling
we
you,
could
that
have real
would make
trust.
me doubt.
Tom says that's key. If they need more than me, they're not for me.
Exactly.
I'm with that, Tom.
I'm with that.
That's my
and
whole
that's
thing.
what I don't understand. Why would you want it to be where you would need, you can't, I cannot be there for you emotionally.
Right.
I can't be there for you spiritually, physically. You have to go out and get those other things. Because that's the whole point that they were saying. I said this earlier, that they want to be able to have this for one thing.
Right.
Or a couple of things.
Yes.
But if you don't give me all that, I want to be able to go out. Emotionally, I need something else emotionally. So I'm going to go and get that.
Yes.
That's why they
from
said it's
someone
not
else.
all sexual, because they want to be able to go out and get the
But
emotional
hold on.
part.
Pause for a second. Do you believe that? Do you believe sex is not a part of it?
I do not believe that, but
Okay.
I believe that it is an emotional relationship.
Okay.
The ones that they are
Yes.
connected, the people that they end up being connected to.
Yes.
I think there is an emotional part there,
Yeah.
but I think that's what makes it more complicated.
I agree. Cynthia says another argument, people say that the bed is undefiled, so to justify what they're doing. Yes, that is what they say.
wow.
But if they quote the text,
Really?
if they quote the text correctly, it says the marriage bed is undefiled.
Ah, that is true. It does say that.
So if you're in the bed with somebody else who you're not married to, now you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's talking about the Sean said the children.
Right.
Yeah, Aida doesn't think people respect marriages anymore, and
You know,
Wanda
I-
says you hit it on the head.
I do believe.
Mike
do
says
believe you're
that's
right
deep
about
tax
that.
deductible dating. Hey, Aaron says it's all fun and games until it's not.
not.
That's what I'm saying.
That is so true.
I'm saying you like it the first few weeks,
That's
and
what
after
I'm
a while,
saying.
and so here's
You
the thing.
might even like it the first year.
I don't know if it would be that long. Listen, I would enjoy it until I saw you enjoying it. The moment I see you enjoying some other
wouldn't enjoy it
dude,
anymore.
man, you coming home and you clicking your heels and stuff. I'm
Right,
like,
right,
what
right.
happened? Oh, I went on a date with Joe. that would jack me up right there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I already know that right
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
A lot of marriages are falling apart. That is true, Aida.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is so true.
Michael says, I think for some, the marriage gives them more leverage / power, like Beyonce and Jay. They're a power couple. That's true too, Mike.
I see what you're saying.
I think that's
I
part
see
of
what
it too.
you're saying.
I do think that attaching yourself to another person who has a certain amount of worth and all that kind of stuff, it can affect your brand. It can impact a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
That
people
is
make
very
different
true.
decisions for doing this.
No, they do, because I believe some people marry certain people just so that they can become president of the United States.
Yeah, exactly. That happens
They
too.
know that this
happens all
person
the
will
time.
get them
or,
there,
or other
and they have an
political,
agreement. They have an agreement. If
yeah.
you guys watched, what was our show, babe?
You talking about yeah. Y'all watch that? It's called House of Cards.
House of Cards.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
watch House of Cards, you will see that there are agreements. Some people
Yes.
agree to be married,
Yes.
and we have a deal. Like
Yeah.
we
This
are
is the deal.
partners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have a partnership so that we can get this thing done.
Michael wants to make it clear, but then again, I think their marriage is closed. I believe that too.
Yes, I do
I have
too.
not heard
No.
that Beyonce and
Listen,
Jay-Z have an open
Beyonce
marriage.
ain't having no open marriage. I'm just tell you that now.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay,
But didn't
I'm not
she-
saying Jay-Z will, because
Hold on, didn't
She about bust
didn't
him
Solange box Jay-Z in the
elevator?
elevator for messing with Rihanna?
exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, clearly, yeah, she boxed him. I've counseled 3 couples in my career where the man asked for a long time to open the relationship.
Wow.
In 2 of the cases, the women who resisted liked it so much they preferred multi-partner over original spouse.
Whoa.
The men regretted it greatly.
Wow.
In the 3rd couple, the wife regretted it immediately.
Oh,
so his
my
point is, and I agree with
goodness.
this. I can see this,
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
I can't see the 2 people involved in the open relationship both being happy. I can
Right.
see one loving it
Exactly.
because they're getting
Exactly.
something that they can't get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see both of them liking
No,
it.
no,
You know what I'm saying? That's interesting.
That
Primo.
is deep. So when the woman gets out there and she's like, oh,
Oh man, look what I've been missing.
right.
Andrew says marital cognitive dissonance will occur.
It will.
I agree with you.
It will, because what's going to happen is I am here married to this man,
Yes.
right? I'm expecting him to do all these things because we are married and we're doing all this married stuff.
Yes.
Right? So I go and get this other guy and I begin to do those marital things with him. Now I'm expecting him to do the list of marital things as well. Like, you need to be here for me in this kind of way. You need
Right.
to be, not even intending on that to happen, but that's just what happens because,
Yeah.
like you said, that cognitive dissonance, it makes you think, wait a minute, because we're doing these things together physically,
Yeah.
I expect you to do A, B, and C.
Right.
And again, that makes it a big, huge,
Yeah, a whole big old
entanglement.
thing. Yeah, right, exactly. Sean says, we are too old-fashioned. Remember the good old days when if you cheated, it was over? Yikes.
The good old days.
I remember that. Danita says, I watched a documentary on a person that agreed to an open relationship because they thought their partner would love them more.
Oh, shoot.
Danita, say more.
Oh.
Say more. Bro, I
Yes.
need to... Sis, sorry.
You
Sis, I need to see that.
You mean love them more, like because they allowed them to go and be free?
I think what she suggested,
Because they allowed them
again,
to do
say
this.
more. But I
Yes.
think what she's saying is maybe the fact that I am keeping my husband, my wife, whatever it is, I'm not sure who the person was in the situation,
Yes,
from being able to enjoy their freedom in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they resent me. And maybe if I set him free and let him do this,
Oh my goodness.
I need to see that documentary. Oh,
Not
my
a good
goodness.
idea. Not a good idea.
Who says married people brand well? They do. And
I know, you're right.
yeah, so his
No,
point
that-
is
no, that's true.
sometimes when you're in a business relationship where you're
It's
a public
true.
figure, having
Yeah.
a marriage actually
And your
you
whole
know.
thing is this is more important than being in a happily married. You know what I
Correct.
mean? Like,
So
like
hold
a
on.
regular.
Egu says it was Rihanna. Then he says it was not Rihanna.
Okay, I don't get it.
I don't know. We're talking about Jay-Z.
I
We
know,
said
I'm
earlier.
saying I don't get it. It was not Rihanna?
Who was it? Maybe it was somebody else when he said it. I don't know.
Listen, Eddie said true. No dude is having another dude involved.
Eddie.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen.
It ain't happening.
That is why I think it's worse on the man. Not saying that the woman, but I'm just saying, like, men's egos, there's no way another man can come up in there and please your woman. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. So
And you be okay with that?
I'll be honest with you, April.
Multiple men
Let me be honest with you.
pleasing your woman?
Yeah. Let me be honest with you. If I
That's
saw
why Will's eyes are red.
Listen, if I saw you, I'm dead serious right now. If I knew for a fact that you were not having sex with your boyfriend, right? We have this open relationship. You guys are not physically intimate.
Yeah.
If I happened to see you guys out together, holding hands and laughing, that'd be worse to me. I wouldn't be able to take that.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
serious.
No, I agree.
I don't like the idea of
seriously.
somebody else being able to make you laugh the way I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no way in the world I'm opening this relationship,
No,
man. Ain't no way in the world.
I agree. Yes, Wanda.
But let's go back.
Yes.
Because I'm saying, okay, you got ego, you got all that stuff. You got all these things that were listed here. In my opinion, all that stuff is cool and I get it. I believe that too. But here's my original point, and here's where I'm landing.
Okay.
I think there's something in our human nature that longs for a one-on-one relationship that has fidelity, that has trust,
Commitment.
that has commitment, that has loyalty. I think all of those are positive words that every human being longs for.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. We can't get it all the time in regular stuff in life. We look for it in our families. We don't get it there. We get betrayed by our siblings, our friends at school, all that kind of stuff. The idea of betrayal runs through so many of the most popular books and movies that you have watched because we all know what that feels like. We hate it.
Yeah.
We want somebody that we can count on that we know is going to be faithful, right?
Yeah.
So marriage, in my opinion, should be.
Is that space? Is that
It's that place.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
one place where I'm going to allow myself to be vulnerable enough to attach myself to another person so that I can
Yes.
experience the
Yes.
bliss of knowing that I got to ride or die.
Yeah.
That no matter what happens, this person's going to be faithful to me. And I'm
Exactly.
saying the moment I open the relationship, I lose all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm saying to me, that's the biggest benefit of marriage that I'm losing the moment I open it up to somebody else.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that if you were saying you don't want to see another guy, making me laugh and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. I would say.
Oh, let me change that just so you know.
Okay.
Other men make you laugh all the
No,
time.
I know what you're saying.
I don't care about
They're
that.
in the same
I'm talking
way.
about a different kind
Yes,
of, you know what I'm
I
saying?
know,
Like
I know.
walking
I
together,
think everybody
holding hands,
understands that. Everybody
blushing.
understands that. Everybody understands
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
What I'm
what
saying
I'm saying.
is, let's say you were with somebody else. Just a guy with somebody else, right?
Okay.
I think for women in general, I
Yes.
think that to see a guy see you with another woman, okay, if she just you'd be like, all right, whatever. Like if you're in an open relationship, you might
Yes.
not get,
Jealous.
Jada might not get jealous,
Okay,
right?
Right.
But if it's another woman who look way better than you,
Right.
she is confident,
Yes.
no insecurity. She comes like she's just like that does not even bother her that you're there because she knows like she puts on this attitude like I know I'm better than you.
Right.
I know he likes me more. There's no way. There is no way.
I agree.
Do
No
you
way
hear
in the
me?
world.
That's a whole thing.
I
Okay,
agree
but one of the
wholeheartedly.
ground rules could be you cannot bring her around. That could be one or him around.
Like you
But-
can have your person, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to know
But
about
I
it.
read
Don't ever show me.
several open relationships that have it where they all live together,
Wow.
or they all, have
Yikes.
holidays together and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. That's a little much.
All right, Sean says, when you ask the other dude to do the husbandly chores equals when you become a side piece. That's true. And he says, yes, it's built within us, but we settle for the closest thing we can get depending on how long we're willing to wait. I think that's true, Eddie.
that
I think
is
a lot of
true.
people just settle for things in a relationship that they would never settle for under other circumstances
Exactly.
just because they want to be in a
Wow,
relationship.
that is so true.
Yeah,
Oh my
I agree with you.
goodness.
Wanda, no one is coming to my sandbox with their toys. Exactly.
I like that.
Andrew says, if you marry a spouse who has multiple personalities, you may be in luck. Which spouse will you have today? That's true. You married to one person, but you got multiple.
Exactly.
Ebony says, a lot of religious-based polygamy theology is that jealousy is not of God and the purpose is to work on it. It's funny you say that, Ebony, because that same religious-based polygamy theology doesn't realize that the Bible actually says that God is jealous.
Right.
I am your God. I am a jealous God.
Yes, but it is the right kind of jealousy.
That's the point. There is a right
Like,
kind.
There is.
There is a right kind. But that's why she says religious-based like that.
You said, John, did you
John,
say
you
you
say
don't
you
get
don't get jealous. No, I'm saying I don't consider myself a jealous person.
Right.
That's different.
Right.
I have been jealous before.
You have?
I can't think of a time I've been jealous of you. Because this is what I'm saying. You don't do that. You have never done anything to make me ever doubt that I am number one. Like since we started dating from the beginning.
Aw.
I'm talking about 26 years ago when we
Good.
began. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I'm just saying I don't have, but I've dated other girls before who were not as forthcoming with their.
Were you jealous?
You know what? I'm not sure I was jealous. I got mad though,
Okay.
and I was like, "Yo, I'm not with you no more," and broke
Right,
up with her.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure I'm not positive I ever got jealous.
I don't think I've
Anyway,
ever
doesn't
been
matter.
jealous. I don't think I've ever been jealous of a guy with another girl.
You know why? Because all the guys you've ever dated. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Aaron says sister wives.
Sister Wives. Is that a show?
No, I think I'm trying to think of what she's saying to something else we said earlier.
I don't know.
Ebony says, I'm a Hagar, the other woman you like, Sarah.
A lot of time during separations, etc., these relationships get started. That fruit gets introduced. Some people, it might.
For some people, it might be hard to let go.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what they were saying earlier. Might be hard to let that go. Lust, jealousy, envy.
He's talking about the 7 deadly sins.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
jealousy's in there, but it's a different kind of jealousy because the Bible attributes jealousy to God. It says, I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God.
Yeah.
So,
Meaning he wants us to worship him only.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's jealous of our love, our affection. Okay, so here's the other thing, y'all. We're made in the image of God.
Mm-hmm.
And God, throughout the Bible, is always talking to Israel about them cheating on him.
Exactly.
He says it all the time.
Exactly.
What he wanted from them was fidelity.
Right.
He wanted them to be faithful to him, the way he was faithful to them. So I'm saying, if we're made in God's image, that's why it is that we want the same thing. God put that in. It's baked in.
Yeah.
We're made in the image of God. We all want that and need that.
Okay, so I was right. It is a show that Aaron was talking
Okay,
about called
yes,
Sister
they all
Wives.
live together.
Yeah.
Wow,
Polygamy.
never heard of that show.
Me either.
Now hold on, is that show the documentary that Danita was talking about?
No, is it a reality? Is it a reality show?
So saying, well, documentary, whatever, same kind of thing.
No, it isn't. A documentary is not the same as a reality show.
I guess it's
babe.
not. You're right.
No.
I've never heard of that. You looking
Me
it up?
either.
You
Yeah, I looked it up.
Okay.
I had to.
So thank you guys.
it
I never
out.
heard of Sister Wives before. So apparently everybody's heard of it. Everybody talking about TV shows. They didn't
One
know
of
what
the
it
wives
is.
recently divorced after 27. Okay. Oh wow, it's a reality show.
Sister
wow.
Wives is a show. One of the wives recently divorced after 20-something years.
Okay.
Wow.
I have to look that up and see what that's about.
Yeah, we do.
But anyway, so
Here's the
guys,
bottom line.
Don't start getting into open
Open
relationships,
marriages.
y'all.
No
open
way.
marriages. Don't do that.
And while you're at it tonight, you might as well go ahead and just Team John it up. You know what I'm saying? You might as well, just
Well, you
because.
gotta have your music on.
It's on right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just don't hear it in here because it's
Oh,
played
yeah,
made
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
already. So here's the thing.
I'm a Team John tonight.
You're Team Johnny?
I am.
I know why.
Why?
Because you yawned through the entire episode.
I was just about to say that.
Nichelle said we have to watch this. Nichelle,
Really?
consider it done.
Really?
Listen,
It's really good?
It's research. We should
It's
have watched.
research.
We should have watched it before we did this show tonight.
Oh my
Wanda says it's a
goodness.
hot mess.
Is it? Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
So anyway, y'all, put it in the chat whether you're Team John or Team April. Oh man, come
Oh,
on, man. Cynthia, how you gonna be Team April?
Because that's my
April
girl.
was literally yawning the entire
That doesn't
episode.
mean anything. She thinks I said some good things.
Maybe.
I may not have talked as much as I normally do, but
Madeline says she's Team John. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm talking about.
I'm okay with that, Madeline.
I'm sure she is, because you're okay.
Madeline likes my dance moves, so.
Yeah, that's why she always does that. Team
Aw,
John and
Kimmy.
April. I'm surprised Kim stayed up tonight. Don't you have school tomorrow, girl? Sean says Nick's all day Team John. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
April can pronounce controversial, so I can't. He said she can't pronounce it, so I can't vote for her. See how I just said
I'm not
controversial?
saying controversial.
That's
First
it.
of all, you just say controversial.
Juan just said
You
Team
just
both.
say controversial.
Paul says Team John. By the way, Paul, I don't know if you let Taina hear what I said earlier. It was at the very beginning. We were talking about the Braves, and I said how she can't watch the game or she couldn't watch it.
And I said I do understand that.
Yeah.
It is kind of hard.
Ebony says there's another show showing different families.
And two are
and
black.
Two are black.
Really?
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I'm checking it out.
Eddie, Team John. That's what I'm talking about. And then Cynthia says we were yawning together. That's why she was
Thank
Team
you,
April.
Cynthia.
And apparently Madeline really likes your dancing. I said, I do.
Team
Team
John for the win.
Yes, thank you, Andrew.
Paul said no.
Paul and I missed that. Yeah, it was at the very beginning of the show. At the
Yeah.
top of the show, we were talking about the Braves and all that stuff. And
Team John and April, you guys rock. I love you guys.
Thank you, Aida.
Oh, we love you too.
Wanda says, go Braves, Team
Woo!
April.
Champions,
But didn't you just say Team both, Wanda? Now you switching?
No, I wanted to say Team both. She said Team April a long time ago.
Paul said, glad you put it out there, though. I did. I put it out there so everybody can know. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, Mike. I'm going to have to go with April's husband. Yes. Okay.
Oh, From her first
From her first marriage. Good. I thought she was saying she was going with April. I was like, wow, go with April's husband from her first marriage. That's
Listen,
good.
Primo, I
Look.
said controversial because John said controversial. I was just.
I didn't. I said controversial.
You did not. Wait. Controversial? Is that what it is? Is it controversial?
It is. I think it's controversial. Not
Controversial?
controversial. It's controversial. That's how you're
Okay.
supposed to say it.
I want to know from Paul, the English teacher. What is it?
Paul might know. Listen, Paul knows how to read, but he's not the master of pronunciation.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go to Google or something.
I am.
Listen,
I'm going to Google after
Translate.
this.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I just controversial.
Do it right now.
I'm
Look at it
sorry.
right now and press it, and we put it in the mic.
I'm about to go on YouTube to the man that I listen to.
Hey, Tom says, my future golf buddy, Team John. Yes, Tom, that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
Tom,
We
I play golf
play.
too, Tom.
Yeah, man. We got to get together, Tom, at some point and hit that ball. Yeah, pronounce controversial.
How you spell it?
Controversial. Controversial. There it is.
We about to handle this right
All
now.
right, so I'm gonna turn this off, and April's gonna put. Paul said John is wrong. I am the master of pronunciation.
Paul will check you if you're not
Okay,
pronouncing
okay.
it right. though.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let me skip that. Ready? Here we
He
go.
said, and he said John added a syllable. I did add a syllable.
Right.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word as well as how to say more interesting and related words in English. So make sure to stay tuned and consider subscribing.
This guy's
for more
hilarious.
Learning how do you say it? Controversial.
Thank you.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
He said controversial.
It's controversial. That's how I've been
Okay.
saying. You talking about
Okay.
controversial? What? Everyone go back and put Team April
Primo
right
said-
now. Put Team April right now. Everyone. Controversial.
All right,
It's
that's the end-
controversial.
that's
I've
the
been
end-
saying it right
that's
all
the end
along.
of the show.
Oh,
Aaron said,
it's-
"Wait, who is that? It's
just this
some
guy
dude
who-
on YouTube who
does
pronounces stuff for you.
pronunciations. You
He
can
sounds
say-
hilarious.
yeah.
His name is Julian Miguel.
Mikhail.
Mikhail?
Look, it's Mikhail, baby.
My bad.
Mikhail.
Whatever.
You see what I'm saying?
The point is, look it up. Look at all
Yes,
the people
all
coming
the
to
Team
you.
April. Come on,
See?
Team
See,
April.
that's why I
Bring
said
it
John
on.
added a syllable.
Bring it on. Because John
And
added
he
a
said,
syllable.
Sean said he's French. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't count. Hey, Edgar said John pronounces 8 perfectly. 8.
Oh, I cannot believe
Oh,
you've been saying
man. You know what?
controversial. No, put Team John, Team April back
Man,
on.
no, we out of here.
Thank you, Gabe.
We going
Thank
home.
you, Team April.
First of all, Gabe talking about Team April.
I cannot believe I was right
Gabe
about
was in the
that.
car driving John home. He didn't watch the show. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe this dude said controversial.
Hey, y'all.
After saying controversial right before that.
Did I?
Yes, and we're going to go back
The
and watch
point is,
it.
the point is, I got it right at one point in the episode.
I was
You know
right.
what I'm
I
saying?
was right.
Christian says I'm late. I'm with Team John.
All
Thank you,
right.
Christian.
No,
know
you
what I'm
have to
saying?
be Team April because John was wrong about the pronunciation.
And Kip said I gotta change it
Controversial.
now. Team April.
Yeah. How? Come on. That
All right,
means
y'all.
I won.
Hey, listen. We're back Friday night with our episode Friday afternoon, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Wednesday at 9.
I won. Hey.
Bye, y'all.
Hey.
They can still hear you right now, even though the screen is black. You know what I'm saying? They can hear you going crazy.